I don't know. Well, I
Right.
think I need it. So maybe if you can just a bit go back from where we stopped last time before going to the new one that I don't know, maybe it will be helpful. I don't know. So
Uh,
we
you mean
like
the
drag it.
project funding? The funding
Yeah, just like
dashboard.
yeah, like maybe a bit of reminder of what we did last thing. Integrate us into to this one. So
Okay, I think there was a confusion. If I will be the one, that class we had last week wouldn't have come in because we started this before, and for the purpose of the people that just joined the session, we said, okay, let's suspend this and go back to the project fund, which is what we did last week. So this is
yeah.
just the resumption of what we have started 3 weeks ago. I don't know if that makes any sense to you, sir.
Yeah, I understand. Yeah. I think it was yeah. Anyway.
You know what I think will help. Let's
Mm.
close, Mr. Azim, please save this file. Let's save it, close this one, and restart Northwind, because we still got people who have only just seen that last week's one for the first time. Let's restart and bring in Northwind and start afresh. Then we can follow up. We won't have a break in between like we had a break last week. That way people will be moved along.
Bless you, bless you.
Okay, that's fine.
Thank you,
So
sir.
let me see. Um, okay, let me see what we could do. But I'm thinking because of our time now, if we will start this Northwind again. Um, I'm not sure we'll be able to achieve anything.
You will achieve. We will achieve something. You see, progress is not about finishing, isn't it? It's about
Okay.
as we are moving, we are getting the journey.
Okay. Yeah. All right.
Thank you.
So we just have to start the Northwind project again. So what happened is that we have a particular data set from one of the stakeholders, and there are a lot of bunch of sheets, bunch of rows, data. One of them is we have the category data, which have the category ID, the category name, the description, the picture. This is an empty data set here, empty column. And the next one we have is the customer, the customer table. This is the customer table as well. We have the customer ID. So sorry, forget about these highlights. We have the customer ID, the company name, right, first name, the last name. So we have every information about the customer who have, make order in one way or the other, or have transact with the company. The next one is the employee. Okay, we have a total of 9 employees working with Northwind who are in the sales department, and this is their details. Each one of them has a unique ID, a unique identifier, which is what we have here. In terms of order details, each order, there is order information about how the customer, may place an order with the company, the type of products, the unit price, and the quantity, and if there was any discount that was attached, in the course of making that transaction. Some of them you could see 0.15%, 0.05% discount. So this is all about this order details table. And in terms of the specific order, we also have the order ID, we have the customer ID, okay, which customer, is this particular order. And we have, the employee ID, who is the person, managing that order. Of course, we want to be able to see in the future that, okay, maybe it's a particular employee, that is not performing to the expectation, meeting target, sales target. We could use that and be able to pick that out. And when was this order placed? When was it required? Was it required? When was it shipped? We can see, okay, let's calculate the average time it's taking. Okay, maybe particular employee I now when the customer plays an ID, how long is it taking the employer, or how long is it taking a particular, company to ship that product, because we have, the ship name, the ship via, city where it's going, all that information here. The next table we have is the product table. Yeah. So this is the product table of all the product the company is dealing with, the product name, what category does it belong to, how many quantity, like trying to check the stock level. This could be important when we want to check, the stock level, whether do we have a minimum, or maybe we can automate. So in case if a particular product is below the minimum stock level, then you can flag it. So that's how we can use this. The next table is we have the shippers table. We have the shippers ID. Don't forget that we have the supplier ID here too, which okay, shipper ID, right? The company name, the contact, yeah, if we want to put this in our visuals. The next one is the supplier. Yeah, there is a supplier ID, which you can see now. If you look at this product table, we have supplier here. So that means in our head now, we can create a form of relationship between the product and the supplier. Okay, which this particular product, which supplier is, are we getting this product from? And the company name, the details about the company, and everything. In terms of the business requirement, so this is what they require of us. Let me do this off. They said, okay, we should show the total sales split by customer full name. Okay, which customer, in terms of their full name, are we getting, much sales? Maybe they want to do like, well, what is it, end of year package, or they want to surprise the customer in terms of giving a form of discount, or a form of package, just to express, that satisfaction with that customer. Also, in terms of average sales split by employee first name, yeah, the average number of sales is coming from a particular employee. How can we get that? Then in terms of freight, which particular freight company, or in terms of ship city, do we have the most, by employee name, total sales split by supplier name and category. We have all those things, put in our table. We can call them up. The total sales, average quantity, total profit margin, and even maybe total sales by product. They want to see that. And finally, we want to be able to slice, category name, title, shippers company. We want to be able to see all those slicer in the dashboard. So before we started, does anyone have any question with all these requirements and all the data we have here? Okay, I think I'll take that as no. Now, we've run through our data. So the first thing we need to go now is to start loading the data into our Power BI canvas. So, of course, get data is an Excel workbook.
Sorry,
So
sir.
yes, sir.
Sorry to drag you back a bit. This is from Mommy Debbie, please. The data set, I don't know if we can have it again. The one on the chart is not responding any longer, so I don't know if we can just have it so that we can follow through as well. Sorry for that, please.
I'll get it across. I'll get it across.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, data is an Excel workbook. Let me just go and locate where I have it in my data set. I think I have it. Yeah, this is it. Okay. I'll just go ahead and hit enter, open rather. Just give me a second. Let me just try and plug my laptop. Okay. Yeah. So we have all this data loaded. This is the business requirements. So we don't need to load this into the Power Query. We have the categories. Yes, we need this. I'm just gonna go ahead and check this. The customers table as well. We need this. We'll just go ahead and check this. The employees, we need this. I'll check it. The orders, the order details, the products, shippers, suppliers, right? Okay. I'll just go ahead. Everything is okay now. So I'm not going to load them directly. We'll have to do a little transformation. So let me just go ahead and click on transform data.
If I may ask, Mr. Azim, the
Yes, ma'am.
business requirements that you didn't take, was it included together with the data, the Suftnet NorthWind data that was sent on the Excel sheets?
Yes, there was. That's the
Okay,
last sheet.
So that means whatever data that is being sent to us to work on, so we can decide to pick on the one we want to work on, not everything that we need to
No, ma. So
oh,
it depends on the business requirement. So this, in a normal sense, this business requirement shouldn't be here.
okay,
It will
okay.
come as a Word, maybe a Word
Word
document or a
document,
PDF
yeah.
document. So
Yeah.
this was just created so that someone can just make reference to this without sending, other documents attached to this case study. So we just put this here
And
for
select the
convenience.
one we
Yeah.
want. Okay. Thank you.
Yep. Okay. So we have our tables here. Let me refresh this. We have the categories. So let's start from the categories. We have the category ID, of course, we need this. We have the category name, the description. The picture is a null, there is nothing here. So I don't think we need this. So we can just take this one off. Let's remove this column. Right. Everything is working valid 100%. So we can decide to leave this description, should in case maybe we want to use it. But let's leave this for now. This is good. Let's go to the customer table. Yeah, we have, column 1 as the header. So what we need to do is to transform. Let's transform this particular table by making this as the first header. So use first row as header. Okay. We have the customer ID, company name. Okay, we have 2 company name. What's going on here? So let me just, we can remove one of the company name. What else? We have the contact title, we have the address, the city, region, the postcode, the country, the phone. So maybe we don't even need all this phone number, all these facts. So with what we've seen in the requirement, it looks like they are not required. So we can just click them and remove all this column. So we can start clicking each of the column here now and start deleting, but this is not the smartest way of working. If you have maybe 100 columns, does it mean I will be taking it one after the one? But there is a way we can actually do that by just clicking on choose column. Where is it? Where is this choose column? Yeah, choose column here. Let me just go here, choose column. I'll just select all the columns that is required for us. I don't need the fax. I don't need this phone. I don't need postcode. I don't need region. Maybe we can leave the city. We don't need the address. We have 2 company name. Maybe we just take one. And then I can just It's my okay here. Right. So this make a lot of sense. Okay. Yeah. Maybe we can even take off this city. We just need country. Yeah. Or for the purpose of this, let me still leave it there. So in case we want to drill down by city. So our customer table is looking good now. Let's check one more thing. Data type. This is in the text. Let's look at it. It's text, everything is in text. So this is good. But there was something that was required based on the BRD. Said they want to see customer full name. So, but if you look at the customer table, we only have the first name and the last name. So how do we, concatenate this together and form single column? So we can do that by clicking on this tool and say, okay, you know what, I want to create new column from example from this tool, or we could just use the M language, which is the concatenate function, and go and write M language and join this together. So let's try something. Let's try just right clicking both of them and said merge columns. Let's see what this is going to come out. Okay, we can choose a space. Okay, merge with space. And I can rename this customer full name. Okay, let's see what this is going to look like. Yeah, it worked. So this is good. We can just take this and yeah, this is good. Any question?
Please, can you do that one more time, please?
Okay, let me remove the steps. Yeah. But in the requirement, we have been asked that we want to be able to see the total number of sales by customer full name, not first name, not last name, but we want this together. So how can we have this done? You could just click on this to the first column, which is the first name, last name, and right click, and we can go to merge columns. That's one way to do it. Merge columns, then it's going to ask us, okay, do you have any separator, or you just want to merge them together? Of course, I have a separator, and what's the separator I want to use is the space, and I can rename this as customer. Let me just say full name. I'll just call it full name in this case now. And you can see everything is joined together. Are you okay now, sir?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. So this is perfect. I think this is perfect for us. We can move on to the next table. Employees now. Yeah, we have the employee ID, the last name, the first name, the title, title of courtesy. We need this. This is not required. It's not required in what we've seen in the business requirement document. The birth date, the hire date, the address, the city, I don't think so. The region, the postcode, the country, the home phone extension, photo, note, all these are not required, report to. So we can just use the same method, or this time around, I'm going to start clicking each one of them and just remove. So this may be a time consuming, but it's good that I just choose this another step to remove these columns. Let me leave country. Let me remove postcode. I'll remove region. I can leave this. I'll remove this address, remove the hire date, the birth date. Right. So I can say remove columns. Yeah. Are we still together? Hello.
Yes, we are.
Okay. Thank you, Ma. Yeah. So I think this is good now. Because we have just only 9 employees, and this is good. We've removed unnecessary columns we don't need. Let's go to others. Okay. We have the order ID, the customer ID, the employee ID. We have it here. The order date, the required date, ship date. We can leave this. The freight. We have it. The ship name, the ship address. Maybe we don't need this ship address. Right. I think we are asked about this ship city. So I will leave this. Region is not required. The postcode is not required, and I can leave this country as well. So let me just click on this, remove this one, highlight that. I'm going to remove this address. Okay. Yeah, makes sense now. So this is it. Yeah. So this is good now. I think we are done with this. Let's go to the next table. We have the order details. Product ID and the unit price, the quantity. Now we have this here. We don't have the total sales, in terms of what was sold out. We only have the unit price and the quantity. So we can also do something about these 2 columns. I can just click on this, hold the 2 columns together, and said, you know what, I want to multiply these 2 columns together because I have my unit price and I have my quantity. So unit price times quantity will give me my total sales. So how do we do that? We can do that, by clicking on where is this add column, and what do I want to do? I want to add a new column. So I can do this different way, but one of the fastest way to do this is, since I know it's multiplication I'm performing, so I have highlighted the 2 columns. I can just go here now, pick the function I want to do. Of course, I want to multiply. So I can just click here and it will multiply the 2 columns together for me. So I can call this my sales amount. Does that make any sense at all?
Yeah, please.
Yes.
I'm not sure whether I missed it, but did you create a column first before selecting the multiply function?
No, sir, I didn't create a column.
Okay.
What I did was to highlight the 2 of them together. Then another way we can also do it, okay, let's say we can use column from example. We can use column from example. Let's say from selection. I can say here, unit price, multiply. Let me try if this will work. Okay, I think I need to code. I didn't click the second table. Let me cancel this. Column from example, from selection. Yeah. So I can say quantity multiply by, I don't know why it's not working. Okay, it's not allowing me. Okay, but that's fine. Maybe I'll just, since we have that other way work, so that's fine. Just click on the 2 columns together and go to the function here and say, okay, I want to multiply these 2 together, and it will create a new column for you, which is what we did here, and get our sales amount.
All right, thanks a lot. Yes.
Yep. So let me change this. I can change this data type. Let me change it to fixed decimal. Yeah. Okay, fixed decimal. So it's now saying this as an amount. That's fine. We have this discount here now. This is the discount that was given. So let's change this to a percentage. Yeah. Excuse me. So this is percentage. So we can say now we can get the discount. So how do we calculate the discount? So let's multiply this sales amount by the discount, and we should be able to get the discount sales. So we can do the same thing. Highlight.
Sorry, bro. Before you go on here, when I did my own unit price multiplied by the quantity, the first thing I have is 168. I don't know, your own is showing $1 million or something like that under the sales amount. I don't know if anybody's getting what I'm getting at.
Okay. Okay, let me just take this off. Maybe let me take it off and do it again. Maybe I've pressed another thing. Let me take this one off. And the column multiply. I think maybe I mistakenly go and pick another. I don't know what happened. Maybe I pick dot ID and everything together. Thanks for that. Yeah. This amount. Thank you for that. So let me change this fixed decimal. Okay, yeah. This makes sense now. So we can multiply this sales amount. Okay, let me change this one to percentage. Percentage now. Okay, so we can multiply these two together to get our discount sales. Let me say, okay, add column, multiply. So I can call this my discount sales, right? So yeah. So this is correct. This is my discount sale. So that by the end of it, I can remove this discount sales from this sales amount, and I'll get my actual sales. The next one is the products. Let's see, products. We have the quantity per unit, the unit price, the unit stock, unit order. Okay. Though we don't need any of this quantity per unit. Let me just leave them because of time. And we don't need this one. So let me take this one off.
Please just go back a little. Go to the other one, products. Yeah.
Okay.
So we have the unit price there and unit order, right? Unit price, unit order.
Unit on order.
Okay. I'm just looking at how we can get the total cost from this data set. So
do you think we can use this to get that cost?
Okay. Because the one that could have been perfect for us is the units per quantity per unit. Yeah. That is what could have been the ideal thing to use, but it's not in numbers alone. We have text.
And we can split it if you want. We can split it and remove the number from it.
Once we do that, then we can get it there. Yeah, we can.
Okay.
Sorry, because once no, we cannot. Don't worry.
We can. This one cannot give us. This is just about us trying to look at the minimum stake level, and that's why you see we have this discontinue column here. That is the reorder level. So this particular table here, the best of my knowledge, all this data is trying to see, okay, when do we need which particular product, it has, which is minimum stock level, which one do we need to reorder in terms of priority. That's why we have this reorder level. So I don't think we can actually use it, sir. I don't think.
Well, I'm saying that, as I said, we cannot use this because I've seen that particular column where we have the quantity per unit. So that could be the ideal column to use, but we cannot use it because of the way they put the numbers and the figures together. So for you to get the unit order, it's going to be 10 boxes times 20 bags. So there's no total amount there for us to now use against the unit price. So of course we cannot use it. So yeah, let's go ahead.
Okay. This one is okay. This is the supplier. So let's try and clean this supplier. We have the company name, the contact name, the contact title, the address. I don't think we need the address. We can leave the city, the region, we can take it off. The postcode, phone number, the fax, all these ones, I don't think they are required. So we can just, let's go to choose column in this case and remove and unselect the ones that we don't need. We don't need this home page. We don't need the fax. We don't need the phone. We don't need the postcode, the region, the address. Let me set them off. Then I'll just limit it to this. Right. Okay. So I think this is good. Now that everything is perfect for us, so I can just go ahead and close and apply. But before I do that, do we have any concern on what we've done so far, or any gray areas that you want me to touch before I load the data? Okay.
I think it's fine.
Okay. All right, sir. Thank you.
So I didn't see that employees and data. So I don't know what are the employees. Let me see if we have a column for their full names.
Oh, okay. I think we are asked something about employee. Let's see.
Yes.
Okay, employee full name.
Yeah. So let's have a column for
that. Rate speed with employee full name.
Yeah. Thank you for that. So we can do the same thing. We can do the same thing we did, but let's do another way. We can just go to add column, add custom column. Okay, I don't want to use any formula. There is a way I had it on the last time. Column from example.
Yeah.
So where is the first name? So I want the first name first. Column from example, from selection. Sorry.
I have to pick the two, yeah.
I have to pick the two, yeah. Thank you. I have to pick the two from selection. Then I want the first name first, Nancy. Space. The volume. Do I get it right? Yeah. Okay. So employee. Full name. Right. Okay. So that's fine. Okay, yeah, we have it here now. We have it here. Okay, so let me rearrange this. I can right click on this, move to the beginning. Then I can do this one here, right. Okay. All right, thank you, sir, for giving one heads up on this employee full name. Okay. I think we are good now. Let me go ahead, close and apply. Okay, so everything is perfect. Yeah. So now we have all our data here. Let's look at our relationship. Maybe everything is perfect. And we can call the class a day, then we'll start building the visuals from tomorrow. Yeah, I think everything has formed for us. Yeah, we have all the relationship. This is the order details. This is the product table. We have the supplier ID. This is good. Category ID, we have this one. We also have the customer table already. Yep. Okay.
Mr. Azim,
Yes, sir.
please just try to explain to us what forms the basis of this relationship.
Okay. Okay. So if you recall, some of this column, some of this table, like the order details, we have customer ID here. And we have, we have another table. Let me take, for example, the employee ID. If you recall, when I was trying to explain that this is the order, but this is the employee, because some of the things they want to see is that which customer or which employee is sales coming, from it. We have more sales. Like for example, now this is information here is for employee, and we have employee ID. But in each of these orders, there is always an employee that will, attend to the customer to place the order. So if you want to now create that, you remember this is our fact table. This is how, what happened, when and how. This is the fact table. This is the one that recall everything that happened. Why this one is our dimension? Because now this is everything that happened, but we want to be able to, okay, everything that happened here, based on a particular person, we want to be able to see the record. And that's where we see one employee will appear as many times in this order table. That's where we have one to many. So by the time that we call, okay, I want to see a particular employee, how he's performing, it will go to all this fact table that has what's happened, when and how it happened, and bring out the data for me. That's where we have one-to-many relationship. And yeah, it's always the best to have one-to-many relationship, not having many-to-many. That means the result will not be it will bring an outrageous result value for you when you have many-to-many relationship. So it's always good to avoid having many-to-many. So that's why we have the employee in the same thing as the customer table as well. We see now we have a particular table dedicated for all the customer information about the customer. The customer can place an order more than one time, and that's when okay, maybe we are interested in a particular customer. This particular customer A, how many order is placed maybe in the last 3 months? We can get it out from this fact table. Does that make sense, sir?
Yeah, very, very clear, Mr. Asim. I was just trying to create some level of simplicity from all the sheets we have, that with all of those sheets, there's a way we can connect whatsoever that is on those cells to the main, this other sheet. So if you look at employee, there's employee ID, and there's on the other table, there's also employee ID. So that's the connection between them and that main table.
So just to create some relationship from all the sheets together to form whatever we want to do on the dashboard. That's just all I was.
Yes, sir.
Thank you so much, sir.
Absolutely, sir. Yeah.
Mr. Zim, there's one shippers is not connected. Perhaps it's just mine, I don't know.
Okay, yeah, I think we need to connect these shippers to orders detail. That's where we have, I think that should be the ship via, if I get it, yeah. So that means the supplier ID and the ship via should be linked together. Yeah, right. So because, yeah, if you look, let's go to the shippers table. Yeah, the shippers ID, which is 123 Speed Express. So let's go to the, I think it's in order details. No, orders rather. Yeah, so this is it. It's because they are not having the same heading, the same title of the column. That's why it's not in it out automatically. But in the nonsense, it's the same thing because you can only have 1, 2, 3. In terms of the supply shippers here. That's why I had to connect it manually. Shippers ID with ship via, they are the same thing. All right. So I think this is where we'll stop today. We'll have to continue next week. But before we continue next week, I want us to have a picture of what we want to create. Let me see. I think I've done something. I've done something on it. Let me just try and look at it. I want us to have a picture of what we want to create at the end of the day. I already did something. Let me just have a look at it. Okay, this is it. Okay, so this is what I want us to do at the end of the day. I have already mapped this out in my notebook. So before I normally start any dashboard, once I get the data and I look at the requirements, so I will create a form of a sketch in my notebook, and that will guide me through how I want the dashboard to look like. If you look at some of the requirements in terms of they want to be able to slice, want to see, okay, yeah, in terms of where all those things are coming from. And in terms of the employee, I went further and ranked the employee in terms of the sales. Like we could see here now, this particular person is the one performing very well. We can look at it. Okay, so this is the person that is performing for us. We can give some incentives. So this is what will be our end product, just to show us. Right. Okay.
Mr. Zim,
yes, sir.
Are you Power BI developer? Just a personal question.
Yes, sir.
Wow. Okay.
Okay. So this will be our end products at the end of the day. Okay. So and we can see I can apply all these filters and see how everything is working. Yeah, we can see in terms of the month if we want to drill down by a particular month. And if we want to even look at maybe in terms of a particular product, we want to see that we should be able to filter that based on the requirement and get everything out. Okay. All right. So that will be it for me today. And we'll see next week by God's grace.
Can I ask one quick question? Sorry to hold everybody back.
Yep.
And I hope it's not a silly question. The way Power BI works, does it could this possibly be maybe like a basic or rudimentary form of how an enterprise resource management system works? I don't know. I just felt I should ask. It's not a silly question. So like SAP or Oracle,
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, exactly. And one thing about Power BI, you can connect it directly to Oracle, to a SAP. You can connect it maybe to Primavera. You can connect it to which other Oracle database, SAP HANA, any of the connection, any of the maybe systems. You can have it connected and be able to visualize how the organization or the enterprise is performing. Yeah.
Yeah, thanks very much.
Yes, sir. Okay.
Have we got any more questions? No. Okay, we just want to say thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. That end product, that picture you just showed us, in fact, it is tantalizing. It just makes you want to run to Power BI and start creating, but it's good to have a picture, of that end product so that you will then start building towards it. So that's a very good practice that I'm going to adopt, from you. Thank you to everyone who has joined. Mr. Azim, as always, has been such a blessing. We just thank you. I don't know where to start from, taking you back, all the way back to the beginning again. But we are grateful. We are grateful for the gift of you. We pray God will continue to replenish your knowledge.
Amen. Thank you, Ma. Thank you
very much. So if we do not have any more